we are just talking about don't get stuck. And this is a spin-off to what Pastor Jay and I discussed earlier today. If you got a chance to hear it, we were talking about cuffing season and we're talking about abstinence versus celibacy, which was an amazing topic because we really had really gone in with it, really spoke frank about it. So you guys have to excuse me, I'm doing stuff in the background. But that's one of the things that while I was thinking about what we were talking about, we kind of put ourselves in these boxes and then we stay stuck. So that's what I wanted to talk about lightly tonight, just as a little light note onto reflecting on what we talked about a little bit today. And just saying, you know what, we don't need to be stuck. We don't need to get stuck in these makeshift rules and these type of mindsets and thinking that is just hard to be, hard to act, hard to move and act like you're a whole entire robot when you try to live up to a standard that you yourself cannot live up to, but you make yourself. You try to make yourself up to these standards. And we create these standards, we create these boxes, we create these rules, we create all different types of things, and it doesn't need to be that way, right? And the more and more I learn, I still have to do that for myself. I still have to learn how to give myself grace. And sometimes I don't. Sometimes somebody doesn't have to beat me up. I beat myself up. I'll just beat myself right up like, oh my gosh, why can't I get it together? Why am I, so far behind? But that's, of course, how I feel about certain things. But once again, that's me doing that, which some of us probably are doing to ourselves, right? And not giving ourselves the grace in which the Lord Jesus Christ has given us that, not to just continuously be out there, continuously sinning on purpose, but if you falter and if you should fall, that you can get back up, dust yourself off, and not get stuck like, oh my gosh, this is the worst thing that has ever happened. I will never recover. This is it for me. And then you just keep going down like like you're going down like a sinking ship and not thinking that there's any way for anything that you've done to have any grace upon it. Nothing. You just see it as a lost cause. You're a lost cause. And we got to stop thinking in what I think Pastor Jay and I were discussing in absolute extremes. There are so many different types, and from one extreme to the next, you're either not trying to do too much or you're doing too much. But there is a middle ground, right? There is a middle ground. And a lot of the time, that's where we are at. But sometimes we don't admit it because we might be ashamed or we just don't know how to really deal with these things. And just like we discussed earlier, the church doesn't ever make it easy to talk about this. And most of the time, they don't. It's a rare occasion if any church does talk about it. It's very rare. But I just want to come on just a little bit and say, just don't get stuck. Don't get stuck in those type of old habits and ways of thinking that just keep you trapped and stuck in a rut and whatever anybody says. And we have to really be mindful because sometimes we say, I don't care what anybody thinks, but you do. But if you are going to express something, behoove you to be careful onto which person you speak about certain aspects of your life. Not everybody should be privy to certain parts of your life, right? So you keep that only to people you trust. And so when it comes to coffee season, you definitely want to keep a certain struggles to yourself and not tell certain people because you don't know how they'll receive it. And not everybody is equipped to listen and understand, because we want to have compassion, but some people are just, they're not there yet. So be discerning in how you speak and how you talk. And I'm just going to make this really short. So I hope that what we shared earlier, you can go back and check it out if you missed it. I hope that what we shared, Pastor Jay and I, it helps someone. And I hope it's helping someone move a little bit stronger, not just in this world we're walking in, but in their faith, understanding that grace, sometimes when you think about it, you might not even just totally understand the unmerited favor that's been provided. Just really not getting a grasp, like how precious that really is. So I am going to get out of here, and I didn't have a major big sponsor, but I did have one because I went, you guys, I forgot to tell you guys, but I went to my love affair today. And for those of you like, her love affair, what the heck? My love affair of Aldi's, and I got some almond nog from Friendly Farm. So that'll be the drink sponsor. And it is an alternative to the traditional eggnog, which is really good. And the calories is only 50. So it's still good. And I will leave some of the information a little bit blank because I know who's listening. So I hope you guys will take care and remember to be blessed, motivated, and always inspired to do what the Lord lays on your heart. And you guys have an amazing night, and I'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully, I'll be doing a little bit longer. I just wanted to do something short tonight. So, you guys take care and enjoy the rest of your evening. Good night, you guys.